welcome to the Abogado Bob show. It's gonna be my first full-length YouTube video. I just want to get some of my thoughts out there. My name is Bob Stendel. I make a podcast with my brother called American Dualism. Joe and I have been doing that for a while now. And we have like 85 episodes or so. We just started posting on YouTube too. Check us out, like and subscribe here and everywhere I post if you like this video. But yeah. I have kind of always wanted to like start my own channel too, but I'm a lazy fuck. And I have a lot of negative people in my life too, and in some ways I can be very defiant, but in other ways I can be very easily influenced by people I respect. And you know, I really have noticed that there's a lot of negativity in my house about doing things like on the internet, like making videos, like expressing your opinion to the public. Like that's considered very dangerous in my home, and I've been advised against it by my mom, my aunt, my dad, and you know, I've been listening to them for too long because I think they're all fucking wrong, and it's bullshit that people think that you shouldn't speak your mind on the internet. Anybody who has a problem with me cussing on this show, you can fuck yourself. Because the FCC can't silence me, not on this YouTube channel. We're speaking up for Jimmy Kimmel, and we're speaking out against the government regulators here. In some ways, I'm gonna sound like a libertarian on this show. I'm not. Well, I don't identify as a libertarian, and I'd identify as more of a leftist or as a classical liberal, but I don't like labels, and I'm really more ideologically obscure. I'm not gonna like sit on one side of the line just because leftists say one thing. Like, we're pro Second Amendment. I used to be anti-Second Amendment. I wrote an 8-page paper in college, changed my mind. I read the Bill of Rights and I gave a shit about it. Okay? And the law, the Second Amendment says there shall be no infringement upon the right to bear arms and to have an organized militia. Like, they almost say you have a right to have your own independent PMC in the Second Amendment. And that's never what we talk about. But it's pretty clear that the right to bear arms shall not be infringed means they shouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that the federal government currently does, in my opinion. That's just my reading of the Constitution. And the Supreme Court currently, even with like 7-2, even with the conservatives controlling the Supreme Court, they agree that infringements are okay. That's the Supreme Court's interpretation of the Bill of Rights and the Second Amendment. That's the way it's been held up, and a lot of infringements are okay. And you know, I kind of think that's a big. You know, if you don't read the law and interpret the law as it's written, then what the fuck is the law? And that's my problem with a lot of jurisprudence in the Supreme Court. They kind of like to create the law in the courtroom, which is beautiful sometimes, and it's dangerous all the time, though. So yeah, I went to law school at John Marshall, UIC John Marshall. They dropped the John Marshall, but I call it John Marshall. The best law school in Chicago. No, nothing against Northwestern, UFC, all the other beautiful schools in the city that are also very great to go to, but I love UIC, and I'm going to rep it hard. Unlike the cowards at my school who will always badmouth themselves in class, and they'll talk about us like we're the easiest school to get into and we're the last choice. It was my first choice, and for me, I love going to UIC, John Marshall. But what else should we talk about? I'll do the stuff I wanted to talk about with Joe. You know, some of the stuff that's going to be on this show is just going to be stuff that I should have talked about on my other show. So check out American Dualism, baby. But come on, my notes are on that phone. Get them over here. Whatever. I should have filmed it. I was gonna film with my 13 mini, but I decided to film with that phone, even though I knew I needed notes on there. Let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. It really is dangerous what the FCC is doing, what Trump's doing. We're hashtag resistance to Trump channel. That's really why I'm posting, is because I want to react to the current news, and I don't want to wait. And I really want to say more people should be posting out there. More people should be putting their voices out there. And my grandma's calling, so I'm going to post it like this. We're going live. I'll be back. Please like and subscribe, but my grandma's calling. Fuck Donald Trump, bitch.